Guys, welcome back to another episode of EdgeMasterGaming, and today we're going to be covering the first and only Project Lazarus wall gun tier list. I figured that it was probably time to put a video like this together. This video will show everyone exactly what I think of each weapon and how I rate them accordingly. Now, of course, this isn't an official list by any means, but like everyone else, I have my favorites. But as always, before we get started, if you like the Project Lazarus content on this channel, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And don't forget to check out the awesome links like my Twitch, Discord, as well as timestamps and other great videos from this channel, which will also be in the description box below. Alright guys, let's get started. So at the lowest end of the spectrum, we're at the D tier, which stands for don't even bother. As in, don't even bother with the guns in this tier because I'd rather watch paint dry. First on our list at number 13 is the M14. This is an assault rifle that is pretty weak in my opinion. When packed, it can one-shot up to round 19. While the Conquest module does try to spruce up the weapon with a 3-shot burst after every reload, it really just kinda falls flat. At number 12, and joining its brother in arms, is the SKS. Not surprisingly, these two guns are very similar. Both are assault rifles that are very weak, and when packed it one-shots up to round 20. It does have a decent fire rate, but the reload speed isn't the best, and this gun is exclusive to only the graduation map. I feel like something more should have been added to the steady hand module, maybe some damage buff or something, but that's just me. Alright, next is the C tier, which stands for could be worse, as in, this tier could be as worse as D tier, but hey, you get what you paid for. In at number 11, we have the SA58 OSW. I've always wanted to like this gun more, but it's just a mediocre weapon. The pros for this gun are that it's fully automatic and has a decent amount of ammo. However, the cons for this gun is that it doesn't deal any significant amount of damage in the later rounds. Also, the fire rate could be better. Now Logitech did compensate for this by applying the emptiness module. The way it works is it simply increases the fire rate for the last 10.5 bullets in the magazine. Now I don't know about you, but I never want to empty 2/3 of a magazine before I start seeing the benefits. And at number 10 we have the JS9. The JS9 first appeared when the research map was released. It has a decent amount of ammo, and when packed, it can one-shot up to round 17 with the help of the Twin Fang module. Like the SA58, the damage wanes in the early 20s, which is why I gave this a C ranking. Moving on, we are now on tier B, which stands for better than a few. At number 9 on our list is the TMP. This gun is only accessible on the graduation map. I also think this gun is kinda slept on. It has a very good fire rate off the break. It has a decent amount of ammunition and works well in the mid to later rounds. The drawback of this weapon is that the Chaos module is not reliable, hence the reason for the name. You can get some very good damage from this gun or no damage at all depending on your luck at that moment. In at number 8 is the MP5. Most of you may recognize the MP5 as the go-to gun for accumulating a lot of points on graduation. Its packed version is slightly better in the later rounds of 25+ because of the increase in damage, but if you already have enough points to shop around, I'd say switch the gun out no later than round 29. Coming in at number 7 we have the KEDR-B. Which is named appropriately because of what tier it falls in. This weapon is a slightly better version of the MP5. While it carries similar amounts of ammunition and has a high fire rate, the stealth attack module carries a 150% damage bonus for the first 25% of the magazine. Guys, we are now on tier A, which stands for almost top tier. In at number 6, we have the AN94 Abakan. The 2-shot burst for the Abakan along with its double headshot module made me a fan early on. When packed, it can one-shot up to round 26 and carries a good amount of ammunition. The downside of this gun, and why I can't put it in a higher tier, is because of the reload time and the double headshot module itself. I just wish that the 150% damage boost would have lasted longer than 1 second. At number 5, we have the B93 Raffica. This handgun is probably the most underrated wall gun out of them all. It has a quick reload as expected and a 3-shot burst that is insanely good. What makes this gun top 5 worthy is the triple burst module, which gives every 3rd shot 150% damage. Because of this, the gun guarantees a 1-shot kill up to round 31. Overall, a very solid weapon which easily belongs in the A tier. Alright guys, we are down to our final 4. Do you think you guys can guess the order of the remaining guns? Well, let's see. At number 4, we have the UMP-45. The UMP-45 for me was the go-to gun at one time when I first started getting into Project Lazarus. What makes this gun special is the damage that it can produce with the unyielding module. That 2% damage increase on successive shots makes it pretty good late game. What holds it back from being in the highest echelon is the fire rate and the ammo reserves. The fire rate on this gun is average compared to other SMGs in the list, and the ammo reserves only give you an extra 50 bullets when packing. The TMP and the MP5 get an extra 80, so I don't get it. And for our final tier, we have the S4 Superior Grade. Coming in at number 3, we have the Remington. This shotgun is a really solid weapon throughout each stage of the game. When packed, it can one-shot up to round 34. The slugshot module really helps put the zombies in their place and fast. In the late rounds, you can punish multiple zombies if you line them up with one headshot. This shotgun is superb, which is why I believe it should be number 3 on the list. And for our runner-up, which I'm sure most of you won't agree with, we have the Ranger. Of course, this weapon needs no introduction. If you're a regular on Project Lazarus, this gun has been in your loadout at least 50 times. It's funny, but the difference between the Ranger and the Lone Survivor are like night and day. On one side, you have the Ranger, which holds 2 shells with 38 in reserves, slow to reload, and can one-shot a zombie up to round 12. But then you get the Lone Survivor. It holds 10 shells that fires 5-round bursts, has 180 in reserves, and can help you get beyond round 40. This gun was so OP at one time that Logitech had to nerf it at least twice that I'm aware of. This definitely gets the S tier rank. And number 1 on our list is the K1A. This gun is fantastic. If you've seen my video on the K1A update, it pretty much sums up how awesome of a gun this is. But if you haven't seen it, let me remind you guys here. This weapon is solid on all fronts. While the damage of this gun may not be as high as the Lone Survivor when packing, what puts it above the rest is the sustenance module. It partially reloads ammo in the magazine by 3 after every kill. Those 3 bullets now have an increased damage to 125%. I was holding my own with this gun past round 35 in my first solo video. For those who haven't seen it, you can check it out at the link here. Hands down, it's easily the best wall weapon out right now. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about my tier list. Would you agree or disagree? Thanks again for being a supporter of the channel and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, yes, if you're wondering, a new tier list video will be released covering all of the mystery box guns in the near future. And as always guys, remember to have fun, take care, and God bless.